Hi and welcome to the Super B channel. Today we're at Trentlock, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, that area. And Trentlock is a major waterway junction on the canal network. And it's where four waterways meet, rivers and canals. Erewash down that way, which I'll be walking down later. Up that way you've got the River Trent on the way to the Trent and Mersey, and zooming round to the left we'll have the River Soar, or the start of the River Soar or the end of the River Soar, whichever way you're coming from, down there on the right. The River Soar being 24 miles long with 18 locks, and down to the left there is the canal that will take you up to Nottingham, Beeston, around that area. So today we're going to be walking, not boating, because we're not allowed down to the boat yet. Still stuck in that, or the boat's still stuck in the marina. We can't go there yet. So this part here, this is going to take you, this is what they'd call the Upper Trent. As I say, it's going to take you up to Nottingham, Beeston area. I used to come fishing down here many years ago, probably a good 40 years ago. Nothing's changed. The sailing club there. It's a big old expanse of water around there, very wide. So walking down this way, I can see the towpaths are a lot clearer now, as in mud and everything else. Somebody on the far right hand side on the bank, you can just see it, settee, 2-seater, 3-seater settee. Don't know what it's doing there, probably for the fishermen. And that bridge there is the main line, main train line, the London to Leeds. And here's Jill walking down towards me. She's just been on her walk. So that's the rail line there. As I say, London down to Leeds, or up to Leeds, whichever way you want to look at it. And that part of the canal there takes it on to Cranford Lock. And that's looking back up towards the Trent. So this is the start of the Erewash Canal. And the Erewash Canal was completed in 1779. At that time, a cost of £21,000, which in today's money would be £2.5 million. Yeah, £2.5 million. And it was built mainly for transporting coal. So the Erewash is 11.5 miles long with 14 locks, and it terminates in the basin at Langley Mill. So you've got boat yards there. Round to the left on the car park, a nice pub there, and there's some good pubs and tea rooms at the start of the canal as well. Very popular during the better weather, during the spring, during the summer, with walkers, bikers and boaters. As you can see, a lot of liverboards up this end. There's it looks like Steamboat Willie. You're not going to get that down many canals, but looks quite nice for a houseboat. And there's not many boaters use this stretch of the canal, the Erewash. One of the YouTubers went down a year or two ago, and I think he was the only one to actually use it that day or that week. So one of the people in the houses said, and as a result, it gets very weedy. Another big houseboat coming up on the left hand side, and that's their little garden shed as well, or their summer house that belongs to it. Yeah, it's got it all there, look. Veranda, everything. Very nice. And as I say, a lot of liverboards down this end as well. And coming up, something you don't really expect to see that often, but the last two walks we've been out on in different places, we've come across the same thing. Look, somebody's pride and joy. Not sure what happened to that. Whether it was tied up too tightly, or I don't know. But for some reason, it's sat on the bottom. And according to form, it had been there a while, chatting to somebody, and there's been no attempt as yet to move it. You could get a narrowboat down the side between that and the bank this side just here. But yeah, somebody's pride and joy sat on the bottom. So the Erewash then, the Grand Union Canal Company took over the running of the Erewash in 1932. And the last narrowboat delivered its cargo of coal 20 years later in 1952. And then in 1968, the Erewash Canal Preservation and Development Association was formed, and this association was formed in response to a threat by the British Waterways Board, who then owned it, to close the canal. And one of the association's achievements was the reopening of the basin at Langley Mill. These days, the Erewash starts at Trentlock and it goes through Long Eaton, after which it runs parallel to the river Erewash, past Sandyacre and Ilkeston, and then the canal finally ends at Langley Mill. Little boatyard there. And a nice wide beam just here. And from memory, I think it was called Defiance. Now this boat obviously belongs to the house on the left hand side, and a nice bit of mooring there, keep it nice and dry. And this house here, what I thought was some sort of a sailing club headquarters or scouts headquarters, it's actually somebody's house, as my wife pointed out, with his own private mooring. So a lot of cyclists. I think I've made a comment there about them not using the bells. They just creep up behind you and scare you half to death. But the towpath used by a lot of walkers, cyclists, and this was during lockdown. This is just a few days back. During lockdown, just a couple of days before Boris was making his announcement about his roadmap out of lockdown. And we was using it as one of our walks, one of our allowed walks. And listening to the news recently, March the 8th, all the schools open up, and I should hope by then we'll be allowed down to the marina, because there's a lot of work I need to be getting on with. And then instead of going out cruising when it's nice and sunny, or a decent day for cruising, I'm going to end up still being in the marina getting this work done. One or two photos I took earlier. Some nice boats, some odd names as well. There's the Erewash Valley Trail. And that's that little boatyard that we've just seen a couple of minutes ago. So you're now heading into Long Eaton. And this canal will terminate at Langley. And as it does terminate at Langley, it's not used as much by boaters as it could be. But as I say, the towpath is used a lot with walkers, and apparently a lot of anglers use this as well. And at the start of the canal, there's a number of pubs and tea rooms, and yeah, really busy during the spring and the summer. That's along the Erewash as well, the Mills Dockyard. And there's a popular name for you, Fellows Morton and Clayton Limited. This part here now is the Upper Trent, and coming up this way, you are on the way to join the Trent and Mersey Canal. And you'll get to Shardlow, and that's where the Trent and Mersey starts. There's one of the pubs, as I say, really busy during spring and summer, more so obviously during the summer. And a good old wide river there, look, plenty of flow on that. So parts of the River Trent are tidal around Gainsborough area. And a little spot here if you want, I think it's 3 days mooring. Got it on this signpost coming up. So further up, you'll come to the two marinas, Sawley Marina and Shardlow Marina. And as I say, it leads you onto the Trent and Mersey. There's 3 days. So not bad. You could stop there a night, 2 nights, have a meal in one of the pubs, go to the tea rooms, do a spot of fishing if you wish. There's a sailing club on the far left. So there's the tea rooms. No, is that one of the tea rooms? Well, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, please, if you could, at the bottom there, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.